Hello, I'm Vinu Cyrus, and my channel is all about software and hardware tutorials. You might be a creative person and you would like to represent your ideas. And I'm introducing a program to you which is known as Sketchup Pro. In this tutorial, I'll be presenting the basic interface and some essential tools with which you will be able to start your work. Imagine that I'm going to draw, see, another circle over here. So keyboard shortcut for circle is C, and what circle will ask you is the radius circle. Suppose the radius of the circle is 10 centimeter, 10 cm, enter. So you could see that a circle is created with 10 centimeter radius. I'm showing this to you also as a way how you can create complex shapes. Now, say I'm using the eraser tool and then I'm erasing, see, these portions, and then you could create a complex shape out of two simple shapes, just like this. The next tool I would like to show is an arc tool, keyboard shortcut A. It's a 2-point arc. You have to select 2 points, see, just like this, and then you need to show the direction in which the arc should be formed. So see here, so I've created an arc. Then maybe using the line tool, I could complete the arc like this, which will form a closed surface, right? And now this closed surface, I could use, say, other tools like push pull tool to push it up using any of these things. Also, I want to show you another thing, that is, if you select a face just like this and then you apply scale factor, see here, so you could create complex shapes by scaling different faces as well. So select a face, scale, and then you can apply. Here right now for selection I'm using a keyboard shortcut control A, so it selects everything that is here on the screen, and then press the delete button so that gets deleted. I'm using a rectangle tool, and I'm just creating a rectangle like this. I'm going to show the offset tool, keyboard shortcut F. See what happens here. Offset tool is used if you want to offset from one of the edges or one of the sides, and you want to, what I did was I just undid that command, and then I want to offset it to a particular distance. So this is my, what you see on the screen. The first one is my kind of an outer perimeter, and then I need an inner perimeter in this case. For example, this too could be used when you create a room. So you create the outline of the room first, then you offset the outline of the room by the wall thickness. So here now it will ask you what distance. For example, if it is a wall, normally like say 10 centimeter wall, press enter, you get that. That's the use of offset tool, keyboard shortcut F. The next tool I'm going to show is known as tape measure tool. Here, keyboard shortcut T. Just imagine I would like to create a line parallel to this red axis here and towards the inside of this object. You will see a dotted line, right? And I'm going to create this towards this green line. So just show that direction, and then just imagine that I would like it to be, say, 5 centimeter away from the first line. So type 5 centimeter, press enter, and here you could see that SketchUp already created a construction line. So construction lines are used, for example, say, imagine that this is a floor of a room, and you would like to place an object exactly 5 centimeter away from one of the walls. Then in that case you will create, say, from here as well. Say you will do this, so from 5 centimeter away from these two walls. So I have a point here that could be used as a reference point to place something. I will just complete it by creating construction lines all around 5 centimeter each. So here, and then if you want to draw something, say using the line tool, keyboard shortcut L, you could say, suppose something like this. So you have created something. And then once you've done that, you could delete if you don't want these. You could click on any of these construction lines and press delete button, and you could delete them as well. Now I'm going to talk about move tool, and for that I would like to create a cube with 20 centimeter in each side. So I will start with the rectangle tool, and I will show the direction, and I will type 20 centimeter comma 20 centimeter. So that creates this rectangle. Then I will use the push pull tool, keyboard shortcut P, show the direction. Then I will say this is also 20 centimeters. So I have this cube. Now my aim is that I need to move this cube. But before that, I will be in the selection mode. I need to do certain things. And one is that in SketchUp, when you create objects, these are all created as row objects. And when you have multiple row objects, they tend to stick to each other. And then once they stick to each other, moving them or doing other operations will become very difficult. So in order to avoid that in SketchUp, this is a very, very important thing to remember. You always turn independent objects into something known as components. So to do that, you select the object. Here I triple clicked it, right click, make a component. You can name your object the way you want. So suppose if this is a cube, that's what I would like to name, and then press create. So this object is a component. When you click on it, you will see that everything gets selected in blue, and that's an indication that this is a component. Now I'm going to move this object. Imagine that I have a reference line I use the tape measure tool, and here I'm creating a reference line 40 centimeter away from this, and say 40 centimeter away from the green line. So this is a reference point I have, and I would like to move this cube. This corner of this cube should be moved and should be placed here. Let's see how we can do that. The keyboard shortcut for move tool is M. When you move, you need to give a reference point, and I'm going to select this origin point of this cube as the reference point. And now you see when you move, it freely moves, and then you may have to use the pan tool, you may have to use the zoom tool till you get a clear view of this one, and then this gets snapped. See here? It gets attached to this point. And when you reach that point, just click there, and that means we have completed the move. Now, if due to some reason, if you made a mistake, you can always go back once. So just press the Control Z, Control Z, or Command C in case of Mac, and then you go back one step. Always when you use move, it's a good idea to use some construction lines to get some reference points so that you can move very accurately without much hassle. Okay, so that's the move tool. I would like to show two more tools. One is known as zoom extents. Let me illustrate the usage of zoom extents. Suppose your models can become very complex very quickly, and then your objects will be all over your workspace. It may be sometimes difficult to see what's happening or where your things are. If you face such a problem, zoom extents helps you. If you click on that, if you click on the zoom extents, what it does is it zooms out so that everything that is there on your workspace will come in the view. This is a very useful, so please use zoom extents when you don't know what to do, when you don't know where your things are, and it will give you that perspective back. Another tool I would like to discuss is known as 3D Warehouse. This is a very, very useful tool, 3D Warehouse. So people like you and me all over the world, when they work with SketchUp, and also companies, when they work with SketchUp and create SketchUp models, they upload it into this database, this place, which is known as the 3D Warehouse. You can download it and use it. For example, I will tell you why this is important. For example, you're an architect and you are designing a new office building. You would like to know what are the type of chairs, tables, etc. that you can use, and you would like to know what are their dimensions, whether they are going to fit in your model, right, that you have created. So suppose company A produces all these different types of furniture. They also make these SketchUp models of these furniture, means with all the exact dimensions. So you could download them and you could put that all those furniture in your model. You could arrange them and see whether they will fit, how they look, etc., etc. You could do all those things. See, you can see that there are quite a lot of things. There are furnitures from a lot of manufacturers. See, I'll just search for IKEA, some IKEA furniture, IKEA bookshelf, and then you will see a lot of different things, many of them made by individuals, and some will be made by the company as well. And bringing that to your model is very, very simple. You just need to click. Suppose, say, this is what I select, and here it will tell you what is the file size when it is modified, etc., etc. Then when I press download, it will ask you whether to download it directly to your model. That's what I want. So press yes, and it gets downloaded. It gets placed into your model. Sometimes when you download, the orientation of the object may not be to our liking. For example, in this case, say I would like to rotate this bookcase. So then I will have to rotate it using the Q tool, keyboard shortcut Q. Now, this is how it works. Using this tool, you have to see it's in the blue. So you have to select 2 points on this plane. I've selected it, and then you need to show the direction to which it should rotate, and then you can type in the exact angle. See, if I want 90 degree, type 90, press enter, and you could see that the cupboard is rotated. Now, another things in sometimes you may have to do is to scale it. So you could use just imagine if I want to reduce only the height. So I need to use this middle handle here, and then I could reduce. And if I want exact ones sizes as well, you could type in. If I want to reduce the width, I could do that. Or if I want to reduce it proportionally, I could use these diagonal handles as well. Yeah. So these are some of the most important tools in SketchUp Pro that we will need to make use of SketchUp Pro. One thing I would like to also suggest that SketchUp has got different versions. SketchUp has got something known as the SketchUp Web version, which is a free software. It's not feature rich like SketchUp Pro, but still all the ideas that I've shared with you, all these tools are still available in SketchUp web version, free version as well. So you could actually create a free account by giving a username and password, and then you could try out all these things in SketchUp free version as well if you don't want to download SketchUp Pro. SketchUp Pro costs money, but it's also a very good tool, and the learning curve for SketchUp Pro is not steep at all, considering the kind of things that we could do with SketchUp Pro. So I would strongly recommend you to try this, and please let me know what you think. Please let me know whether you liked my tutorial, whether you have questions. Please put them in the comment section. Till next time, bye bye.